We all know getting the truth don't happen on the surface. You gotta dig for it. Around here, we sit down with the people making noise. From the block to the boardroom. Business owners, community leaders, politicians, musicians. If you got a story, we pull up a chair. I'm Gunsmoke, Patterson bred and never scared of the truth. This ain't for the fake, the fluff, or the filters. Welcome to the Beatdown Podcast.
Who do I call?
Gunsmoke, Gunsmoke.
I need love.
Yeah.
Who do I call?
Free snacks.
I need love.
I do this for the ones in the trenches, y'all know. RP Super Day.
Free
Free man. I'm tired of funerals, sick of hearing, keep your head up. Bro got 50 years, the judge smirked when he read up. RP my brother, he went and died on a mission. But I still treat his family like he ain't never missing. You ever slid broad day, palm sweaty, heart racing, jump out, Draco kicking and key shaking. Trap phone ringing, J's geeking for they wake up. Wasn't Trump.
We are here for episode 6, and I got Kenyatta Stewart with me.
Let's go.
Yes. So, man, I know a little bit about you.
Right.
You know, lawyer, you running.
Right.
And, but beat us down about, you know, your background,
Sure.
where you from,
Yeah.
you know, and how you ended up getting into law.
So, Patterson, born and raised. It's funny when sixth grade was the turning point for the first steps of my life.
Okay.
Ran into people who are still around me now, who were the foundational people of the quote unquote rough side of life.
Okay.
Most folks see the rough side of life as like a struggle. It was more of a humbling experience for me, right? So I always tell people hanging in the projects for me, most people look at the projects as like a quote unquote issue.
Yeah.
We were a project. They worked on us. Some of us got through the project and end up decent. Others got through the projects, fell through the cracks. Others made through the projects and got a chance to blow up and make the other people proud. Yeah, so, many people look at this rough, quote unquote, location that many people are afraid of. They built the shell around us. And that shell is what we use like a turtle, right? You can't break through a turtle shell, right? And we have the ability to move around with the delicate parts, but the shell is what protects us, right? And it's also something that keeps us humble so that when things go crazy, you remember it. Go back into the shell. Don't forget where you came from, right? When you want to lose it, right? When you want to lose your lose your cool, when you want to have a Kanye West moment, go back into the shell. Don't forget where you came from. And also remember that if you are humble enough, you will remember that if it goes wrong, you can lose it all. And you still have to be able to come out your shell among your people. You understand? When you think about it, there's no going back for me. The reason why I don't have to go back is I ain't leave. You understand?
Yeah.
Like failure for me ain't an option, but if I fail, people gonna pull me up. I ain't far from them.
Yeah, you're very much accessible.
Yeah, you have to be, man.
I see you at the kids' games.
That's it.
I see you around. Anybody, hey Kenyatta, I got a problem. I got this. They can run up and talk.
No question, man. So don't get fake famous.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Some cats, they get a little space and they get fake famous. They forget about all the people who helped them get to a certain level, right? And so I will say that, hanging with the guys from the neighborhood, like I said, they helped me grow to a certain space, and then they also protected me.
Okay.
Right, and then eventually, went to Kennedy, went to school 5, went to Kennedy, went to William Patterson. Left the city for a little while because I became a lawyer. Right? So I'm in law school. I get home from law school.
What did you do your law school at?
So it's funny. My first half a year in law school, I was in Michigan.
Okay.
And I transferred over to a school at Hofstra, which is in Long Island. Took off, right? Did well, you know. In the same grind that I had outside, I took that with me to the school.
Yeah.
Right. So it's funny. We used to joke around because most of the time in law school, everybody get tired, give or take. At least in my school, 11:30, 12 o'clock, people start trying to pack up and this and that. I knew that I had to outwork the people, but my grind from outside was 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 o'clock, the second shift started. So I was always good until 2 o'clock. So when everybody packing up at 10:30, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I was still at it until 2.
2 o'clock.
Nobody's never going to outwork me. You might be smarter than me. You might be faster than me. You might even have more history than me. But you're never going to outwork me. Never. Refuse. I don't care what it takes. If I got to stand up and learn it, you're not going to outlearn me. I promise you. There's times where like I was in school and I had to put ice in a bag and put it in my legs, like in my sweats. Because I couldn't fall asleep. Refuse. Because we all know if you from Patterson, you understand 2 things. One, hustle means hard work. And if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Anywhere. It's like New York.
I promise you, anywhere. You understand?
Yeah.
Like that small little spot that they call Patterson. Man, we don't appreciate all of what we go through. That again creates that shell that you need for protection. So therefore, when you walk around, you got the Patterson pride, of course, but no one can tell you that you can't do it. So from Patterson, what you talking about? I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I survived.
No
bullet
question. Like,
holes
and come on now.
Oh, I made it. If I can make it through that, this is nothing.
Listen, you can survive a rough Saturday night and go right back out the next Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, so when I came back from school, I didn't want to be part of the problem. So who would have thought that, like, here I am saying I'm not going to be a criminal lawyer. I was not in that space. Met Judge Womack. He used to be the juvenile
I know
judge.
Judge Womack.
Come on now.
Yeah, I know Judge Womack.
Man, he put me under the wing. He was like, nah, they need you. And he pretty much, like, gave me the mantle. Like, literally, I'm going to put you on.
This is everything you need right here.
That's it. It's
Can't mess this
it's
up.
like somebody telling you, listen, I'm the plug. I'm gonna put you on right now. Then he passed away. So it was almost like a movie, right? You know how you see like the karate movie or something like that? You know, the sensei teaches you things and then they pass away. So now you like, well, damn, you know, do I have enough to continue to move the legacy forward? And come on now. It was just like a movie, you know. So but then when I learned the benefits that came with being able to, you know, represent our people, being in there, being next to people at that moment when nobody wants to be next to you. No, listen, bro, you get jammed up tomorrow. Oh, okay. Kenyatta, let's say me. You know me your whole life. You know all these good things about me. Man, somebody put an allegation in, I touched somebody. Oh, you know Kenyatta, he be touching people now. Oh, you're black or some BS. Talking to my family, well, they got the freaky cousin. You know what I'm saying? Right? People forget about all the good you've done.
I'm telling you.
When that allegation hit. And here I am next to you now. Nah. This ain't going down like that. No, it's different. No. Let's get through it. And then when we win, everybody celebrate. We rush trial, we bust trial. Everybody celebrate.
What is that feeling like, man? What's that feeling like? Like you standing there? Cause mind you, I've been the defender. You know what I mean? I know that feeling of, oh man. Like, so for you as a lawyer, what is that feeling like? Like, man, I done put on all this work. I ain't get no sleep for weeks. I'm hoping I get the verdict I want.
So – 1st, you might even represent somebody other than your client. Think about it, it's allegations. I mean, I'm human. Allegations. Oh boy is accused of 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at you like, all right, so let's get through it. You might even give me a wrong vibe sometimes. Now I might have to represent you. I represent you, but I represent your son. I'm doing this for your son. I'm doing this for your mom. I'm doing this for your sister who know me. It's like, listen, my brother got jammed up. Help him. Right? And then eventually we become closer through that relationship. But if I don't trust you, I'm not gonna represent you. I just can't. Your money ain't good.
Okay.
Right? And it's just how life is for me though. I always thank God I've always had that option. So if I don't trust you, I can't represent you.
Okay.
And guess what? If you don't trust me, you shouldn't want me to represent you.
So you turned down.
No question.
Okay.
No, listen. Hey, I'll give you a list of people who can do it cheaper, people who I trust. Come on, and sometimes if it workload too much, I'll also say, hey, listen, man, I can't do that right now. Don't get me wrong. There's some people like, listen, I'm gonna wait for you to be ready then.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Like I want you.
Okay.
So but as far as trial is concerned, though, let me tell you something. Trial.
Because I've never been to trial. I've never been to trial, but I know guys who've been to trial, and they be like, I seen guys going to trial. They got the big brown folder with everything on it. You know what I mean? They ain't talking to nobody.
They in zone, right? Right.
Yeah.
So I would tell you that is when you practice law and you have a decent portfolio and you bringing in business, trial is the one time when you got to worry about one person. You ain't taking no calls. You ain't taking no new clients. You ain't going to see nobody else. Somebody can come in with a deal. I can't do it. I'm in the middle of this. I'm with this person.
You able to be selfish.
So I can be one-on-one. Okay. Me and you. Nobody else don't even matter. Right? Now think about it. In life, you gotta worry about bills. You gotta worry about this. You gotta worry about that. You gotta worry about everything. When I'm on trial, I'm worrying about one thing.
My client.
Not even food. Not even food, because I've already put in my mind I'm gonna eat the same thing throughout the week. The suit I'm wearing, I already got them laid out. So it's just like I'm putting on a uniform. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm not going to nobody's game. I'm not going to nobody's meeting. I'm going to trial. You understand? Remember Rick Ross said, only thing that make me nervous, and when the jury reaches verdict, that ain't no lie, boy.
Yeah.
Because it's out of your hand. You gave it your all. Right? You don't put on, you don't cross-examine people, you don't told the story, you don't caught them in a lie, you don't added some flavor to it, and now it's out of your hands. And you like, dang, hope they got it, hope they understand.
Yeah.
And then you wait and they say, oh, got a verdict.
So do they really do that long dramatic pause, or that's some movie stuff?
What's
like
that?
In the case of such and such, we find them.
Oh, no question. No question.
The long pause, you like,
man, you feel like the pause is like. but I'm gonna tell you though, right? But I have won cases. Everybody in the room thought I was going to lose. I've had judges tell me, I don't even know why you're going to trial. Matter of fact, I had a case. The prosecutor was talking so crazy to me. I pulled it to the side. I was like, listen, you don't get points on cases you're supposed to win. You get points on winning cases you're supposed to lose.
Yes.
You understand? Like when you the favorite in a game, you don't get points for beating the worst team in the conference, right?
We knew this was gonna happen.
So let me tell you, right? So, my man Rich Mac.
Shout out Rich Mac.
Come on now.
Shout out Rich Mac.
That's Pop's little brother.
Okay.
I told the security guard, I was like, listen, man, if I win this case, I ain't gonna throw it in their face. I'm waiting for the right moment, and then I'm gonna moonwalk out of the courtroom.
You ain't moonwalk out of the courtroom.
I let them leave though. I ain't even doing it in their face. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That'd been terrible. But
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, it was just me and him. He said, Stewart. I said, you hear that Billie Jean going? He started laughing. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just because you free somebody, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think about the current state of leadership in Patterson? Like, are the people serving or are they sitting?
Are they serving a sentence?
Yeah. Are they serving or are they sitting?
Okay. Understand the dynamics when it comes to leadership in Patterson. Let me break down the dynamics first. Election day in Patterson versus Newark. Right, I'm a corporation counsel in Newark. I'm the lawyer for the city of Newark.
Shout out to City of Newark.
Hello. Big shout out to Raz Barack.
Shout out Raz.
That's right. Big Governor Raz.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But anyway, so election day in Newark is one day. Right? So if you want to be the councilman, if you want to be the mayor, you got one day, one election day to decide to win, right? And Patterson is different. You get it. They like split up. So you have ward people in the mayor, and then 2 years later, you have at-large in the mayor, and then 2 years later, you got ward people. So that's why the first year of the mayor's term, the mayor, the at-large people, they usually get along. But the ward people start beefing with him or her because they about to run for the...
Yeah.
You understand?
For the election.
And then what happens is the ward people get their seat, right? Or not, I take it back. I said it the wrong way. The ward people don't really start beefing with them because now they running for their seat. So they extra
Rubbing
cool,
elbows.
right? Hey, everything, I support the mayor, I support. And that's not if the mayor's doing a good job or not. It's just that, you want to be on the side of what's happening positive.
Okay.
But the moment they win their seat, the next 2 years, they might be running for mayor. They don't have to give up their seat. So, like, the sacrifice is a little different.
Okay.
When you don't have to give up your seat to go fight for another seat. You understand?
It's not like you jumping in the transfer portal.
That's it. Right, exactly.
So if I lose this, I'm still
good.
over
Right,
here.
right.
Okay,
So
I got you.
So that's like some of the dynamic. But the other thing, they don't really respect each other. Right? Like, it's hard for me to lead with you if I don't respect you. You come up with an idea. If I don't respect you, where we going?
Yeah. That's
Right?
everything is stupid.
It's like she's stupid, he's stupid. I don't believe in this. So that's why it seemed like it's so much of a back and forth because they don't respect each other. And you got to also understand that leadership is important.
Because
So-
if we ain't got no leaders, where we going? We
So
just moving in
there's
circles.
there's no one among that group that has the ear of everybody to say, "Hey, yo, look, bro, fall back on this one." There is no one who can say like, "Bro, I got this one," bro. Right? Because they don't trust each other. So it's hard for us to be in a space where, from the outside looking in, we looking like, damn, what the heck is going on? Why they beefing? Why they arguing? Why it take so long for the meeting to go? It's like that because the dynamic is, am I threatened by what you're trying to do next? I don't respect you. And then we all got our own little crowd, right? So, we beefing. I'm bringing my people to say, "Oh, man, get at this cat for an hour." Then you come bring your people, man, get at this person for an hour. And then that's how to so I think there's a chance that the people within the community are tired of the fake. Right? So when people start realizing, there's some fake stuff, like this person fake, this person not real, what starts to happen is the community's voice starts to take over. And they start pushing the fake out the window. And even if you fake, you can't show the fakeness.
Yeah.
You understand? And then what happens is, hey, look, We ain't going for that, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. So somebody will be with you for months. Oh no, it's my brother. Oh no, it's my brother. I'm with you. I love you. And then get down with somebody else, and then say, I'm down with them, and then describe your qualities. They're the most qualified person, and they got love for the city, and they are this and this and that. You're like, oh, you just told me that stuff yesterday. Matter of fact, you just told me that today. But again, it's the fake that get people so frustrated. Mm-hmm. And I think that now that so many people who are from the community are invested in what's going on, now you start to see like the outcry. And before you know it, the times change and you get some real people in office.
So, what's something you've done behind the scenes that the public never gave you credit for?
Let me tell you. Criminal law make you popular. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like, when you represent people in the litigation space, in the criminal space, you get the newspaper articles, you get the, people talk about you, you freed somebody because you won a trial or what have you, right? The jail was buzzing as soon as that go, right?
Listen, I saw your name and phone number by the phone.
Yeah.
What? All black.
Yeah, like that. But quiet as kept though, I represented school districts. Mm-hmm. I represented housing authorities. I represented other municipalities. I've done medical malpractice cases. Mm-hmm. Those are things that nobody's really coming to the table and saying, hey, what about that medical malpractice case?
What about that $120 million you helped me get and I'm feeding my family for? Yeah, we don't hear about that.
We don't hear about that. And I think the other thing is that, like, lawyers don't do what I do.
Okay. Break that down.
The average lawyer is not going back into the community to jump into a middle of two blocks beefing.
You're right about that.
You understand?
You're absolutely right about that.
Lawyers are not going to tell you, hey, look, man, if you are going to continue to do this, you got a problem. You're not good at it. Mm-hmm. Because that's going to like stop the flow of money that's coming in.
Yeah.
I've told clients, listen, bro, you about to go in for 18 months, 24 months, 5 years. Now, most people say go make something out of yourself. Go put your bunk next to somebody who don't speak the same language as you. And cats have done it. Go learn Spanish. Go learn Arabic.
I wrote 2 books. So
you get what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to you is like, my care for my community is actually a distraction for what my profession really is. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like if you outside, I'm outside with KC Melvin, Teddy Martinez, and whoever else there is, right? Like Rashawn, those guys trying to squash the beef. I'm not getting paid for that. I'm not getting no money for that.
Nah.
At all. What we talking about? Most lawyers ain't touching that. If it go wrong, let me tell you something. One day me and Ted had to meet some young boys at Dunkin' Donuts, Route 20. Mm-hmm. I told them on top, I said, yo, look, listen, man, we going to Dunkin' Donuts. We having a real conversation. We trying to squash this beef. So do me a favor. Don't come in there on no bull crap. So they come in, right? First one come in. Next one come in. He in a U-Haul truck. I look down at his ankle. I can see it on him. I like, look, man. It's 10:30. Let's do a timeout. I'm gonna let you go to your car. You're gonna come back in. I'm gonna let you go to your car. And you're gonna come back in. Because we're in Dunkin' Donuts. And if we get mad, I don't want this thing to be on camera.
This whole crazy situation I'm trying to solve.
You know what I'm saying?
That's going to make me look crazy in the middle of all this stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we love our community. Like, they got kids getting killed and old people and all this stuff. And it's like, some of this stuff it gets senseless. So it's like somebody got to step in and say something.
So I'm even careful with that. When we use the word senseless, right? Like when somebody say this is senseless behavior.
Okay.
That's from whose perspective, right? So we're calling it senseless because we're saying, well, you shot somebody on Rosa Parks Boulevard, North Main, East Main, 12th Ave. You shot somebody over nothing, right? And that's the way we look at it. That's the way the mass look at it, over nothing, right? Right? You didn't have to go that far. But today, if I told you today that somebody came to your house and disrespected you, if I told you today that somebody came to your house and told you that I'm taking your job from you, if I told you today that somebody came to your house and went into your bank account and took that from you, if I told you today that somebody came to your house and smacked or hit one of your relatives, what would your reaction be? If you didn't have nothing to lose, right? So when you call it senseless, right, you're calling it senseless because you don't appreciate the fact that somebody just robbed me from my product. Now, you don't appreciate the product is worth something. Mm-hmm. In order for you to get like into the weeds of what's going on to try to stop this senseless behavior, you got to understand that it's not senseless. You got to understand that there's other things that are happening in people's lives that push me to a limit. Mm. You understand? Like I'm already stressed out, and here you come with this craziness. Oh nah, bro. I already wanted to. I already wanted to give it to somebody, and then you come up here with this craziness, right? So you know, I think that the community has a chance to take a spin in the right direction. I just think that the stakeholders have to be limitless. Like I can't be in a space where I'm trying to protect the community on my terms. I got to go protect the community in the community's terms. Yeah. You understand? Like, you know, somebody say, oh man, yo, you know, like unfortunately a young lady got killed in Eastside Park.
Absolutely. Right? Rest in peace.
Now, and I just think about this. Back in the day, Eastside Park was off limits.
I don't care if you seen your arch enemy, that y'all was just stared at each other.
Come on now, right? But now it's not. So you got to understand that if you're going to squash beef, you might have to go squash beef in Eastside Park. Mm-hmm. Right before, mothers and children were off limit. Women were off limits. Now you got beef with women. Now you got girls that's in the middle of it.
In the middle of it.
You understand? So. I just think that, I'm actually excited for the young folks who are not afraid to do this thing, to jump in, to be mentors, to be like the next voice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like this gray hair is starting to pop out. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to not take the mantle. It's time. Like, come on, we wrote it out. Add to the story now. It's time.
So, when the cameras are off and the titles don't matter, who is Kenyatta Stewart?
That's Veronica's son. That's Keith's son. That's what that is. You know, that's KJ and Cadence's dad. You understand? That's my wife's husband. My cousins, all my cousins, my Jamaican cousins, my other cousins from down the way, I'm their cousin. You understand? The title don't like if I leave this place today, I'm gonna leave this place as Kenyatta, not the lawyer. You understand?
I got you.
Because the lawyer don't really matter to people once you ain't a lawyer no more. And God forbid if they take my license from me tomorrow, that title is gone. Who cares? Who cares about you now? If you only known for your title.
True.
It's the man that you're supposed to be. Like if I was a lawyer and I was beating my wife, you'd be like, yo, he a sucker. You understand? Right? If you find out the lawyer wasn't paying his child support or wasn't taking care of his kids, you'd be like, yo, he got a sucker. right? Like you know, if you find out that I mess with young girls or some craziness, right? The title don't even matter no more.
It don't.
It's the person that you are, right? And that's why, on the other hand, right, when you have like people that's known for being outside in the street, people don't understand that they're good people who make mistakes, right? Like that's why you see so many cats who you like, you know, you be like, yo, oh my man, oh he alright, oh no, oh she alright, because the image that that you may have portrayed or what you think of them, the truth is that that's not their whole.
Yeah, that ain't even who they is.
Exactly.
Or y'all, or your experience with them ain't my
experience with them, right? So that's why, you know, when I go somewhere and I jump out the car and the strangers, I might not even know them. It was good, y'all. Was good. I might be the first person to say what's good to you all day. Hey, good morning, sis. Good morning, sis. Oh, hey, good morning. Oh, girl got an attitude.
That good morning is switched it all up.
Switched it all up.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, titles help you. It's like, you know, it's like getting a degree. But a degree only says that somebody certifies that you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that you know how to do it well. Right? Like there's a bunch of lawyers out here that got the same piece of paper that I have. But do they know how to practice law? Do they know how to bring in business?
Mm-hmm.
Like the title means nothing if you ain't a good person. Okay. Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and unfortunately, you see it now with so many entertainers who are getting jammed up with cases. And you're like, yo, you know, I love that song that he or she had, but that's how he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, people thought Bill Cosby was Cliff Clavin, right? They thought that's what they from Cosby Show was named Cliff, right?
Cliff.
Right. People thought Bill Cosby was Cliff. No, that was Cliff. That was the actor.
Yeah.
He got his own type of style. You know, now, you know, whatever the facts about the case were there, but my point is, like, don't think that the title is who you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I showed up to be today. But,
exactly.
Man, listen, I used to, you know, it's funny, one of my interns used to laugh because, you know, we go to court, right? I'm in the bow tie, right? I got my briefcase, walking around like this. Then we get in the car and listen to Lil Wayne. He like, this is Lil Wayne? Why should I listen to Lil Wayne? So now I crushed him when I said, you know, Lil Wayne got a master's degree, right? Wayne got a master's degree? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What we talking about? Like, you know, he's somebody's dad too. Like, you know, he probably don't act like that in front of his kids.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, again, use the title as something to boost your status. Don't make it your status.
Okay. So, you've been at the center of some heated debates in Patterson. What's something that the public got completely wrong?
Give me an example of like one you talking about, and I'll tell you, that's real, that's fake.
Well, I mean, I'm, you know, because you know more about, you know, the blackballing and, you know, the fake news and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, anything that you want to clear with somebody like, yeah, man, I heard they said, come on, that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, all right. There's a difference between politics and government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Politics is the maneuvering, the use of relationships. Sometimes they call it the real, the fake, right? They call it politicking. Politics, campaigns, that's how you get elected.
Mm-hmm.
The most popular person is the person that gets elected. That don't mean you qualified. That means you're the most popular person.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like you can get elected and be deaf. You can't talk. If you have a team behind you, guess what? You are going to continue to get elected.
They just found out Joe Biden got some.
That's my point, right? Right?
Like
So,
he was running the country, like.
But again, right? But government, you got to be everybody's council person. Got to be everybody's mayor. Me, I got the op, right? The people who were against me. After I win, I still gotta represent them too. I can't close the door and be like, nah, nope, nah, you ain't support me, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's the fake. And that's why, like, the politic part, the willing and dealing, that's why it seems so like crazy, because it's like, yo, hold up, this person was just with you and they changed on you, but on the other hand, hold up, they wasn't with you and you support, now you with them, because now we have a different understanding. So I think that just recognizing that people can tell you anything to get your attention, but can they provide the results?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a big deal.
I like that. What advice would you give to a young black man in Patterson trying to make it out?
Use all your tools. Like, use every tool in the woodshed, the tool belt. Go get all of them. Like, think about it, right? Imagine if Kenyatta said he wasn't representing people from his community. Right?
That's another metaverse right
right?
there.
So
That's a metaverse.
like use everything. Like, what's crazy is my mom used to tell people that I was gonna be a lawyer anywhere she went. My mother, I would ask somebody, how you know my mom? They'd be like, I met her in the elevator. My mother in the elevator? Yeah, she was proud of you. Right? So use all your tools, man. Like I tell people, if I grew up in the Instagram world, bruh, if I was 10th, 11th, even 7th grade with Instagram, I can go look for somebody and have a communication with them. I'll be DMing everybody. Like use all your tools. I always tell kids, if you want to be a doctor, Google the best doctors in the state. Look for them on social media and start DMing them. Hey, look, I'm in school 5 right now. I'm going to high school next year. I want to be a doctor. Can I sit down with you? Can I come to your office? Show up at the office. Google? Let me be able to Google something back in the day.
Yeah, because we had encyclopedias.
Yeah, man, that was all about history, right? That was about who did something. Google? You find out like today.
Right now.
Man, you wild. I know where you gonna be at. You go post where you go. I'm gonna be there too.
Man.
Oh, man. So use every tool in the toolbox. And always tell people, you need 3 things. You need a mentor. You need somebody who you can look to say, hey, you know what, yo? I need some guidance. You need a mentee. You need somebody who you can now look out for because it'll help you sharpen your skills. Right? When you have to look out for someone, it changes your perspective. That's why we do so well once we have a baby. Because when we have a child, now we are more responsible. We know it counts. And then, I'll tell people, go get a co-pilot. Go get somebody who might not even be doing the same profession, might not be in the same profession, but you guys are at the same space in time. Like Jamar, it's my co-pilot. Like, as he is coming up with ways to do well in education, I'm coming up with ways to do well in law. He coming up with ways to do well in business. I'm coming up with ways to do well in politics, in government. Oh no, you need a co-pilot. You need somebody that when somebody see you, they see them. That person gonna solidify and co-sign where you guys are at that moment. I promise you. It's like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's like Magic and Michael. It wasn't even on the same team. It's like Bird and Bird and Magic. It wasn't the same team, but together, that era of whatever it was, what it do? Push them up together.
To the next level.
You know what I'm saying? If it's just you get lazy.
Because who you competing against?
Man, let me tell you something.
Not competing, but
But in some sense you are competing. It's you versus you. And that person is that's a human reflection of who you're supposed to be. Like I'm gonna tell you, I used to wake up every morning at 7 o'clock. I was good, bro. 7 o'clock, jump in the shower, get up out of here. Court at 8:30. That's nothing, right? Hour and a half to get like from West Broadway to downtown. It was easy. I could have whooped it. Had more time. Then Jamar said, "Yo, man, I get up every morning at 4:30. For what?
for what?
4:30 for what? Yo, man, the first thing I do is I get in the bathroom, sit in the bathroom, and I start reading." He said, and after that, I get ready to go to the gym. Then I get to the gym, do what I got to do. I prep for what I got to go for my first meeting. He said, at that point, it's 7:30. You just putting your clothes on. That means every day is 4:30, or say if it's 4:30 to 5:30, that's an hour. 5:30 to 6:30, that's 2 hours. It's 2.5 hours that he got on me every single day. 2.5 hours of him pouring into himself that he has on me. Just call it 2 hours. 2 hours times 7 is 14 hours. 2 hours times 30 days is 60. He got 60 hours a month that he is getting the advantage over me before I even wake up, before I put my socks on, brush my teeth, wash my face, anything. He is building, and building, and I'm asleep. And the reason why I slept so late was because I probably went to bed late. And guess what? I probably wasn't really grinding. I was probably watching the game, playing the game, or doing something crazy, talking to some female, something like that. Not nowadays. I'm married that way.
Yeah,
but my hello. Yeah. But my point is, it was important for me to have a co-pilot to say, "Hey, nah, bro, we don't find the shit like that. You find the ship the old school way. Nah, no, what you doing?"
Yeah. I got me a co-pilot.
Come on now, who your co-pilot?
I got several of them.
That's what I'm talking about.
Really, like at my job,
Yep.
like my boy Fausto, like I got hired. He in the same department as me, and he was like, "Yo, bro, this how you gotta do it."
Right.
I used to get to work. I get to work at like 7:30. He be there already. Like, man, what time you got here, man?
Yeah, Fausto.
I got here at 6:30.
Like that.
So I start trying to get there at 6:30.
Like
He there. I'm pulling up. He already there. I'm like, damn. He like, yo, nah, my pops. He get up at 4. He can't get me up here, and I'm like, yo. So that just make me feel like I gotta do more.
Yeah, but see, the key to it is the great ones. They do extra. It's a million people walking around here average. What separates you?
My other co-pilot, right?
Right.
She wear multiple hats.
Right.
And she still play basketball. I see her play with a lot of the good girl, like they in college.
She still got it.
Still got it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And still make time to do with the kids, me, help with the podcast, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I just see the motivation, like, it ain't never there's no stopping, like.
So let me tell you, right? So you know DJ's daughters, the Paldo twins, right? You know what part of that process you have to appreciate is that they are each other's co-pilots.
Yeah.
Right? Like my sister's gonna be better now. I'm gonna be better than my sister.
They pushing each
I
other.
love my sister, but I'm grinding to be better than my sister. And guess what? When she's slipping, I'm gonna bring her up. The other thing people don't realize is them girls wake up early in the morning to go to school. Them girls don't get home until a certain time of night, and they gotta have good grades.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like they already living a pro lifestyle right now. So when you see them, you know they going to Tennessee. The girls put work in.
They deserve it.
100%.
They deserve it.
You understand? Driving to school. They don't go to school in Patterson. Driving to school all times in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us sleep.
But
Most of us sleep.
That's the difference between being good and being all. That's the difference between being all county.
Yep.
And all American.
But see, that's what I'm saying, right? The question you have to ask yourself is,
how bad do you want it?
Forget how bad you want it. Forget how bad you want it. Are you worth what we paying you? Like, are you worth what we paying you? Like my partner Ray, you know, he asked me, he said, "Are you worth what I'm paying you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That means I can replace you then, bro." He said, "If you worth what I'm paying you, I can replace you. But if you worth more, then we at a different level."
Yeah.
Right? So, like, a younger Kenyatta, right now today, he would listen more. I used to be quick to have the answer. Respond. Listen to what somebody got to say first. They might even give you the answer that they're looking for. Shut up and listen sometimes.
You know what I told my little bro the other day? I said, when you quiet, you learn more. But even the more dangerous part about that is, don't nobody know what you don't know.
That's deep. Yeah, that's deep.
Don't nobody know what you don't know. You quiet, you learning.
Right.
So I don't know nothing, but I'm learning everything everybody's saying. And then now, I'm still quiet, so they, like,
do he agree? Right. Do you agree? Do you disagree?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right. That's right.
You always got to be a student of the game.
That's
I'm always learning. I'm always taking criticism. I'm always asking for criticism. You know what I mean? Everybody can't take that.
But so let me ask you this question. What's next? Right. So like for Kenyatta, right?
Yeah.
Kenyatta I was comfortable. I was behind the scenes helping people with legislation. But behind the scenes coming up with ideas. I was behind the scenes and all that. I was behind the scenes supporting the mayor. Right. I was behind the scenes. Doing what I want to do. Then something happened, and I'm like, nah, I'm going for this next level, right? So running for the assembly wasn't something I really thought about. It just happened, and I was like, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to put on for my city.
Now I'm new to politics.
Yeah.
What is the assembly?
Yo, I'm glad you said.
What is that? Because I got people that's they probably like, man, I'm gonna post it, I'm gonna share because it's black, but
right.
What is it? So that's this. What is the assembly?
Yeah. So the funniest part about this experience is so many people say, "Yo, I got you." They got you. Not because they know what you're trying to get.
Yeah.
They got you because they have love for you. You understand? So, like, the assembly is the first level of lawmaking on the state level. So, you have the assembly who, for the most part, start most of the bills, right, that become law. Then you have the senators. You have to have the assembly pass it. Then they go to the Senate. The senators pass it, and then the governor can sign it.
Sign off on it.
Right.
Okay.
So Benji was an assembly person, and now he's a senator.
Shout out Benji Wimble.
Yes, go. Right, and then so that's one of the like functions, right? So to me, you got to have three functions, right? Three parts of it. The first part is lawmaking. So, remember the rule was possession of a weapon. You might get a 3 with a 1. Or if you have more than one possession of a weapon, you might get a 5 with a 5.
Yeah, the Graves Act.
Right, the Graves Act, right? Or if you had a first-degree charge in the past and get caught with a gun, it's a first-degree gun now. right? So those, again, that's just examples, right? So that's the lawmaking side. After that, you're also involved with the budget. So you also have to pass, or help them pass the budget, right?
Okay.
For the entire state. But you also get information on grants. You also try to fight for the municipalities that you represent to get money out of the budget, right? They might have things they call it earmarked, right? You might have some earmarked for Patterson, right? Patterson should get X amount of money for roads, right? So the potholes is crazy, right? So Patterson should get X amount of money for roads, or St. Joe should get a certain amount of money, or NJCDC should get a certain amount of money. EVA should get a certain amount of money, right? So that's kind of that function, right? You help them with the budget in the sense that you want to help them in a place that it benefits your community or communities that you want to partner with.
Gotcha.
It might be 3 or 4 communities that's doing the same thing. We want to have money earmarked for them 3 communities that's going to do whatever it is. And then the last part is you have to be a community person.
You can't just get elected for this spot. The people gotta want you there.
That title,
You
can walk around here with that title, man, people eat you alive. Because people always, remember I talked about the fake. People gonna call you and ask you the question. And listen, I give my phone number out everywhere. 973-698-5395. Anytime. Right? People call me, people text me. People will continuously ask you for things, and you might not have all the answers. You might not even be able to address it, but you have to know, okay, you know what? Who can help you with that? That person over there can help you with that.
To be a resource.
And the other thing is, believe it or not, people don't even expect for you to have all the answers. They just want you to give them a sense of being heard. Right?
Yeah.
Like
I probably don't have the answer to your question, but you feel a little bit better because I stopped. Because I stopped and I actually cared about your issue.
You know what's funny? We used to play a game back in the day. I know this sounds crazy. All right. So we used to play a game. Who can get this the most by dimes?
Just walk up and say some crazy.
Not even nothing, but that's the thing, right? So we used to put money in the hat, right? We used to put money in the hat and say, all right, like $20 in the hat, all of us in the car. Boom. And then somebody got solidified. Your old girl? Oh, the old girl, all right. So then somebody solidified that she had died, and then you got to go push up on her. All right? Now, we in college, of course. But you can't tell her that you're trying to get this.
Yeah.
Now, you'd be surprised how many women are surprised that somebody approached them. You think, oh, this woman is beautiful, gorgeous. So many people are intimidated.
Yeah, some people be too intimidated to
You understand?
Yeah.
You understand? But they just want to be treated like everybody else. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. Right? They want that,
Yeah.
So, we used to do that, and women used to say crazy stuff to us, and then we smiling. They say, what you laughing at? Why you so happy? I'm about to get that money in that hat. I can't tell her that, you know what I'm saying? But the harsh reality is that people just want to be heard. Like people are okay with, and truthfully, give me an answer, even if the answer is no. Because if the answer is no, I can move on and try to find the next resource.
I can move on to
if you keep telling me, I'm going to call you back, I'm going to get with you, let me look into it. Now I got hope. I'm stuck right here. I'm stuck right here until...
I got to wait.
Right. Just tell me that it's not going to happen and I can move on. Yeah. So, I think, listen, man, I know that I got what it takes to do the job. I know that. I mean, I'm not, some people may say it's confident, some people say cocky. I know that because I'm already doing a lot of the stuff, right? Like I've already helped people with laws, right? There's pieces of legislation that's out there that I've already helped push.
You know what I'm saying? That's stuff people don't want.
Right.
My crowd probably don't know. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you what's one of the craziest things that people don't know about is that they think because you're on probation, because you're on parole, because you're an ex-con, you can't vote.
I was under the same assumption.
Right. So,
I was literally under the same assumption.
So Shavonda Sumter, who is an assembly person now, she was the person that pushed this bill that said, listen, probation, parole, ex-cons should have the right to vote. Matter of fact, She pushed it. It passed, and we helped in the back room a little bit, with some of the details. But the funny part about it was, I don't know if you know Rico.
Probably.
Yeah. The way they call him Mass, Rico.
Okay.
He was in the newspaper because he was a person that was ex-con that was able to vote. Mm-hmm. He like, man, I was walking around knocking on doors with Kenyatta for years. I never could vote. Mm-hmm. And now, here I am on probation, and I can vote? Oh, let's go. So, like, that's one of the things that, like, people, that kind of, like, divides us, right? Yeah. They try to make it seem like, oh, no, you can't vote because this is going on. Oh, and so many people, I woke up to, it was like, register to vote? Oh, nah, man, I'm on probation. I got to wait, think, bro.
Okay.
The law right in front of you.
Yeah, see, I ain't know that. See, so just because you've been in trouble, you still could vote. You feel some type of way about anything going on in your city, section, state. Voice your opinion,
You
man.
have to. You have to. Because if you just a loudmouth and you don't vote, it don't count. You just talking smack.
Yeah.
If you ain't going in to push the button, you just talking now.
Right.
It's like the person who talk about basketball but can't play.
Can't play.
You know what I'm saying?
Never played, can't play.
You know what I mean? It's like, what's was good. He was nice. He can jump. Check ball. Nah, man, I ain't even into ball like that. What we talking about that? What you come ahead talking about before that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that, like, so many people think that because you on probation, parole, ex-con, mm-hmm. you have as many rights as everybody else out here.
Okay. So, if you don't win, who do you trust to pass the torch to? Like, all right, if this guy, if I want it, but if I don't get it, if he got it, I know we good.
Always bet on black.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
That's what, and what's crazy is I actually got that from some of the kids in the community. He said, listen, if it's good news or bad news, I'm betting on you because I trust you.
Got you.
I trust you, right? Like, so as a result of, so like always bet on black, right? Because I trust you. Like I trust that no matter what it is, you're going to bring it to the table. So I can't sit here and tell you that I can trust anybody else with it, because if I did, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have gotten involved in this. Like, I've always played the back room because I can always say, I got 100% confidence in Benji. I got 100% confidence in Shavonda. I got 100% confidence in Nelly Poe. I can't say that about 100% confidence in these other people. I can't.
Gotcha.
And the other thing is, they might do well for their community, but they don't see our part of the community.
That structure might not fit our community.
So like, if I trusted the people, the other people on the ballot 100%, I wouldn't have been involved. Right? Like, there are people who told them to do it. Some of them. Nobody told me to do it. I did it because I think it needs to be done. And like I said, I trusted the Shavondas. I trusted the Benjis. I trusted the Nellies. Like, I knew if I said something to them, they might not be able to do it today, but I know they're going to work on it. Right? I know they're going to, and if they can't do it, they say, okay, we can't do that right now. But guess what? We're going to do this part right now.
Because if we get this done, we could get that done.
You understand?
And now it can happen.
So, but it's funny because, like I said, when the kids say always bet on black, a lot of people they talking about black as in skin. They talking about, like, in the games of poker or I Declare War or any of those card games, they trust the certain suits. You understand? It's almost like when people think the reason why I'm Black's Laws is because I'm black. Right? So we walk around here and it's like, oh no, that's Black's Laws, They thinking, oh, black and he a lawyer. No.
So what do it mean? What do it mean?
So I pick Black's Laws because of the Black's Law Dictionary. When you're in law school, the first book you get is the Black's Laws Dictionary. You understand? Like Many people automatically assume that it's a race-based situation or it's just the name that I had from, when I was younger. But the harsh reality is that that's the book that guides you through this whole process, right? So when I jumped into social media, I thought about the book that guided me through the process. And it kept me humble and conscious of the fact that I can't just post everything. You understand? So that was my base. That's where I started, right? My first picture was something that I said, okay, I can live with the world seeing this, right? So, and it's because of that dictionary, right? It's because the foundation of all lawyers come from that dictionary.
That's fire.
That's a Kendrick Lamar moment,
fire.
right? They not like
they
us,
call it a triple entendre or something. It got layers to it. Y'all don't know nothing about it.
That's right.
So we're gonna get into this segment. It's called I Gotta Get Out of Here. And it's where we tell a story about a situation where it's like, man, this is crazy. I'm in a crazy situation, or I even feel like, man, I don't like what's going on, and I gotta get out of here.
Man, let me tell you something. So it's like a two-part, right? The first part is I feel like I gotta get out of here because there's so many fake people around us, right? So many people that's walking around here telling us things that they know they're not gonna do, right? There's so many people who are walking around here acting like there's someone that they know they're not, right? And I feel like sometimes I just gotta get up out of here. I gotta sometimes I gotta avoid people because I know you about to say something to me that I already checked. And you don't know I know it already. So I gotta stay away from you because I can't afford to tell you that I know. Because if I tell you that I know, I'm gonna have to do something about it. Okay. And I'm gonna have to embarrass you with it. And I don't even want to embarrass you. Right. So sometimes I just feel like, man, I gotta get up out of here. Let me get away from these people. Let me get away from these people. Let me stay in that space. Other times I feel like, you know what, man? I gotta get out of here because I know time is precious. You understand? I know that. I know that if there has to be a sense of urgency with everything, right? If you wait until tomorrow, you might lose the opportunity. So you got to go right now. We got to press the button right now. If I don't do it right now, I'm gonna lose it tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't sit around and talk to y'all.
I can't. Matter of fact, I can't even joke around about it because I got to get to it so fast.
Yeah.
You understand? And I can't even enjoy it because I gotta go do something else. I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go. Matter of fact, I gotta go do 2 other things.
I'm on the move.
I'm gone.
Yeah. Wow. Let me see if I got a story. And I got some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff on my part. Perfect. It was one time I was with the guys. We chilling.
Yep.
And there was some girls, man. And one of them went to the bathroom. Was in the bathroom a little bit too long.
What?
So
she had a boo boo.
Man, she had an accident.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it was just like she was still chilling. And I'm like, man, I gotta get up out of here, man. Before I be like, yo, that's before I say something. Right. So I gotta get up out of here.
I gotta go.
I'm out.
Right. No, I gotta go.
But Kenyatta, I appreciate you coming through. We at Ripe Studios, and you running for assembly. That's right. You got my vote.
Listen, man, June 10th, Election Day. We're gonna promote it like a party.
Yeah.
We're going to promote this election like it's a party because essentially it's an opportunity for us, the people from within the community, all race, all color, all religion. It's an opportunity for all of us to show the quote-unquote parties to be that we want real people.
Yeah.
And listen, man, I appreciate you having me on here. I was able to loosen up a little bit. Most people are not going to ask me the questions that you ask me.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they're afraid of the answers. Most people are not even going to come and sit down with you because they're afraid that you're going to ask them some real questions. Yeah. You understand? And I'm just, like I said, I'm happy that I'm happy I had the opportunity to come and sit down and talk to you because I think people need to understand, with or without the title, I'm a person.
Exactly.
No matter what. And we're going to do well with the without type.
All right, man. Episode 6, Kenyatta Stewart, Ripe Studios.
Let's
man.
go. Let's go.
Y'all gonna catch me on the next one. Stay tuned, man. I got some more big hitters for y'all, man. I try to bring y'all nothing but big hitters, man. Information and big hitters up here, man. So until next time, man. The Beat Down Podcast.
Let's go.